Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Tuesday, and it is build day 131. It's build day 131 on the construction schedule out at FELIZ. Today we're expecting the roofing truss team to come on site. So I hope they got their barangay clearance done yesterday, and we get those guys started so we can actually begin putting and assembling a roof on FELIZ. Lots of great comments yesterday. Thank you very much for all of the wonderful comments. I don't think we have any visitors today, so I believe I can focus all day long today on building and discuss some of the details. I want to get some of the things closed out inside the basement. I would like to get the CR taken care of, and I would like to continue monitoring the build of the stairwell, the form and the steel and everything like that for those floating stairs. So we'll try to pay specific attention to detail on that as well. So anyway, let's get out to the job site and get the day started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Good morning. The cat wants your fish.
Oh, no.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, umaga. Where is everyone? Oh, is that a poisonous snake?
Yeah.
Poisonous. What kind of snake is that?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
That's a snake.
But it is a snake. But it looks. I think it is a poisonous snake.
Yeah, poisonous, huh?
Yeah, venomous. Yeah.
Hello, James.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Hi.
Morning, Cal. Well, I see a new guy on site this morning. I see my architect builder. He's got the blueprints all open, and is a new man. So I'm gonna make a calculated, educated guess that we have the truss people on site now. Let's go up there and see what's going on. Good morning.
Yes,
Truss team.
Truss team.
Ah, wonderful. Nothing like a lot of cement mix in the middle of your dining room.
Yeah.
So I believe we're going to get plaster started in the CR on the first floor today. So this is some serious business. When they start moving the C-purlins and they start moving the angle iron out, that means the next stage is to connect all these things together. I thought today was only a preliminary where they are measuring everything out and things like that, but I don't know. As they are doing things today, we will follow them so we can watch the construction from beginning to end, from cradle to grave, on how they do roof construction. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on. Good morning. Is this coat number 2? Coat number 2? Oh, good. Very good. So we are doing coat number 2 here, and then they'll do it over the first coat, and then they'll, well, I call it sanding. I didn't see sanding. It seemed like what they did for the smoothing was use like a spatula and get all the rough points out, but each coat will make it flatter and flatter and flatter as they go along. Well, let's talk real quick about what we're doing down here before I get in their way. I need to get out of here. So what they're doing, this is the drainage at the base of the stairwell that goes into the garage from the backyard. And this is going to, this trench right here is going to have that plastic device. It's going to be like a grating, and the water will go down inside of here. It will end up, they're going to build a catch basin right here. This catch basin, here. Thank you very much. So anyway, it's going to look like this. It's going to sit inside of here. And this will sit, and it'll be elevated. It won't be down that low, but it'll be up around here. The water will go inside here. It will go inside a catch basin. The catch basin will also be connected to the pipe from the floor drains up on the patio, as well as the sink drain that goes right inside of here. The catch basin will then go into this pipe right here that will end up in the storm sewer. The importance of a catch basin, it's a very good utility to have, and if you put that as an injection point somewhere in your drainage, you can use it as a clean out also. So if in the event there is some debris that gets inside there, it will get caught inside the catch basin. It will settle to the bottom if it's any type of heavy material, and then you can clean it out at some point, and it won't damage or clog up your pipes.
Mga 5 cm ulit.
I can't believe somebody cut down my banana plant. This was the banana plant I wanted to keep on the front, on the southeast section of the house. We're going to let these grow right here. It's not a tragedy. It's kind of a tragedy for looks for right now, but if it impedes in construction, that's fine. Because even if you cut down a banana tree, what you'll see will be what is happening right now. You see on this one right here, from the center, it is still, when it was cut off, it is still trying to grow another one right here from the center. So it will create a new growth of banana leaves and all like that. And then around here, within 1 year, it will be, maybe 2 meters high or something like that. And then it will start to propagate around the bottom, and we'll get more. But I love that because it was like, it was bigger than that one over there. It was twice the size of that one. Oh well. So anyway, people are asking about details about this floating stair system that we're building here. I'm going to give you a couple of the details on how it's being built here. When you initially are designing, and you design into the plan floating stairs, you would have a different methodology of connecting into the beams, both at the bottom of the steps and the top of the steps. So our team here is taking what we had from the original design, and they're going to modify it a little bit. But look, today we're going to talk a little bit about the platform. And on the platform, which is what's being done right here, this is going to be the base of the platform. this is the beam that's going to hold each one of the floating steps, and you need some kind of support. You always have to have some kind of support when you have the beam, because the main support is going to be connected into the first floor right there. You'll see what they did. They took the existing 16mm rebar, they bent it over, they made an indentation so we don't have any slipping. Even with the rebar, you want it to basically be like it's like a peg hole, and the hole is the floor, and the peg is going to be the beam, the stairwell, the stair beam that's going to go inside there. But that's going to keep it from slipping up and down, but the rebar is going to give it all the support. Now here, this is a multi-level platform. This platform then steps up to one platform, then we're going to go back up again. So on this platform, the main support mechanism for the platform itself is going to be this beam right here that's on the front of the house. You can see we have anchorage going over the edge of this right here. This will provide the main support. Remember, beams provide all the support of floors and slabs and things like that. Well, this isn't going to be nearly as much weight as a slab, but it will provide the main support. Then, to keep any shifting from the platform itself, there's going to be that same groove and peg type of a stabilization for the platform. It's going to be this right here. So you see the hole that we have dug in to the concrete hollow block here. They will run rebar up inside of here, part of the slab that's going to go for the platform, and it will be embedded in here so we don't have any shifting up and down. It should never shift anyway, because this is going to be the primary support for the stair system itself. So anyway, lots of activity, and especially activity for the roofing that's starting today. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to go over to Baje Kubo here and get the working office set up, and then we'll go back and we'll continue the monitor, and maybe I have a few things to share. Some of the comments in the comments section on the channel, people are asking things about the aircon and things like that, so I will try to take an opportunity to share that information with you. Be right back. Well, I thought the guys here that are doing the trusses, I thought they were just here today to do the preliminary measurements and things like that. That is all done and out of the way. They are actually doing assembly and construction of the truss with the angle bar on the roof. You can see them up there right now. So what I will try to do, the wind is kind of blowing pretty hard right now. You can probably hear it on the camera. So as soon as the wind dies down, and it's actually doing a sprinkle of rain right now. When that's all done, I'll try to bring the drone up and we'll look from above and watch how they're doing the construction on the roof. Today. Well, anyway, here it is a little bit after lunchtime, and as I promised, I was going to talk with you about our aircon, our air conditioning selection. I hope the wind isn't going crazy and causing problems with the audio here. I believe I'm going to be using the audio recording off of the computer instead of the GoPro today, because although the wind is great right now, it's a very nice breeze that's going through here. And I haven't had to use the fan once today. It's a very comfortable temperature out here. And I'm sure up on the roof those guys are appreciating it as well. As long as they don't have any sheets or anything that they need to carry up there, because I'm sure it's helping them with staying cool. So anyway, as I promised you, we were going to talk about the aircon selection, some of the models, and some of the costs, because in case you're interested in that. So you remember we started out with one company, and we got some quotes from them. and we had them come out and do a site survey. And then we also had another company that came out and did the same thing. And the second company that came out was a company that was recommended by my builder, and he has, I don't know if he has an association with them, as a friend or something like that, but they are actually out of Batanga City down south of us. And the first company come out when we had the site survey, there was a lot of complications with trying to get the, we ended up only going with one. We wanted to be able to use air conditioning for the great room and the dining room, and that was even before we had a sunroom option. And it just seemed to be too many complications. The company said it was too difficult to make the connections, run all the hoses and everything like that. And their only recommendation was to put one inside the master bedroom. And even the one in the master bedroom, some of the hoses and connection, they were going to show on the outside of the house and all like that. Well, we kind of accepted that because we thought that's the way it would be. We thought that was what they said was it. We couldn't do this, and if we did it in another place, we're going to have some ugly things hanging out the back of our wall. So then my builder made a suggestion of another air conditioning company, and this air conditioning is called Cold Avenue. And the owner of Cold Avenue, Elmar, he himself came down here with one of his partner technicians, I guess you'd call them. Maybe, I think it was a technician. And they did a site survey and an evaluation. And what we told them, what we told the first company, what we wanted. We initially wanted one inside the great room that would take care of the great room and the kitchen area, and we wanted one in the dining room that would take care of the dining room and into the new the sunroom addition that we had inside there. And we also wanted one inside the master bedroom because we were on the upside of that. So every area that could possibly have any heat generation on the inside of the house, that's what we wanted. And we said, well, we don't think we're going to be able to get it in there because according to other air conditioner companies, it's too difficult to run the cables and the pipes and things like that. So Elmar comes in, he says, oh no, that's no problem. He said, right off the bat, he said, we can run it through the attic space. We can go right through your truss system, come out the back of the house. He said, we do this all the time. That's the kind of answers that I wanted. And he did all the measurements and everything that day, and he just reassured us that this is not going to be a problem. This is a common operating practice that he does with his company. So step one, we got past the obstacle of going for only having one air con and only in the bedroom to now we have the entire package that we were talking about. And we discussed about the capacities that we needed for each one of the rooms. And so he did his calculation based on the area, space, and everything that we had. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have inside the great room, that's the biggest space, that's the largest volume switch, we're going to have a 3 horsepower. That was the largest one we could get for that area for what we need for this kind of house. And in the dining room, pushing into, they're going to go like this in different directions, cooling. And from the dining room, we're going into the sunroom, we're going to use a 2.5 horsepower. And then the original one that we had from the first company, we're using that same. We're doing a 2.0, 2 horsepower aircon in the master bedroom. The company that we have heard nothing but good things about as far as the manufacturer of an aircon is Daikin. I like Mitsubishi, I like Panasonic, I like LG, but from everybody that I've talked about, Daikin is probably one of the best, one of the quietest. If you want one with a lot of features, it has a lot of features. So I kind of went and I ran and I looked about it, and I've seen really no negative comments when I've done my research and where I read the reviews. So we decided we're going with Daikin. We're going to try it. It'll be my first experience with Daikin. I believe it's out of Japan. So we're going with the Daikin, and let me share with you the price scheme for the quotation. So let's go over to my spreadsheet that I received from Elmar. And let's see, Elmar sent this, and he sent this out on July 18th. So for the 2 horsepower, the 2 horsepower unit is going to be $46,300. The 2.5 horsepower is going to be $53,700, and the 3 horsepower is going to be $75,000. And this is all in pesos. And then the installation costs that they have on all 3 are noted here. For the 2 horsepower, $7,500. The 2.5 horsepower, $8,000. And the 3 horsepower, $8,500. And then there's this excess refrigerant pipe. It's 145 feet, and I think, I'm not really sure what this cost is, but this is what the other of folks that I contacted, and I think maybe it's the refrigerant itself and the pipe and the refrigerant, or I don't really know, but it's a standard cost. So the total price is going to be $249,750. And what is the scope of the work? So you can see what the scope of the work here is. It's install of indoor and outdoor units, supply of the outdoor bracket. That's the bracket that's going to be mounted for the condenser unit that's on the outside of the house. Supply and installation of the circuit breaker with NEMA 3R enclosure. Electrical wiring for the indoor unit to the outdoor unit. So we are running, the first company said we must use all big plugs on the wall inside of our house, and we have to run a cable from the air conditioning head unit to it. They said, no, you don't have to do that. You can use that same cable, and from the aircon unit, run with the pipes through the wall. You don't even see it. There'll be nothing exposed but a very nice looking aircon head unit, and it all goes up, and both the condenser unit on the outside unit, and the electrical going to the indoor unit all go to the same on a circuit a breaker panel they have on the outside. And again, I've seen this already on other houses in the subdivision, and I'm like, well, that's exactly what I wanted. Let's see, the refrigerant pipe layout, and this gives the specs about all of that. Flushing of the refrigerant pipe, vacuum of system, leak testing, commissioning of the unit. Things that isn't covered is the feeder line, electrical power, AC, U breaker to the main source. My builder is he'll have all that provided for him on the outside, so that's part of our electrical anyway. Architectural, civil works, necessary government permits, license. That's my builder takes care of all, and everything on here my builder takes care of. Restoration of masonry, of embedded piping, chipping works, duct works, glass cutting works, and other carpentry works as built planned. So that is all the stuff that my builder is responsible for anyway. And then the warranty, 90-day warranty against defective workmanship. And then the air conditioning itself is 1 year on parts and 5 years on the compressor. And the terms of payment on this are 70% down payment, and that's what I went down yesterday. And I did the bank transfer, and we're already scheduling for Elmar and the company to come out and do the install. At least do all the pipes and everything like that until we get the wall finished nice, where they'll do the mounting. And then the full payment, which is the remainder, the 30% at the completion of the installation. So there you go. Oh, let's talk about the units themselves. I didn't talk about that. So the units themselves, this is what we're going, the unit that we selected. It is the FTKC 50 QVM, the 60 QVM, and the 71 QVM. And the specs are on here if you want to do a freeze frame and look what all the specs are and all. The information is here. There's more specs that go along with this, and it has things to do with the quietness of the different speeds of the aircon, things like that. But I believe, like the one that is going inside the bedroom, I think the volume of the unit itself is like 22 dBA, which is extremely quiet. I'm not even sure that we would even hardly notice that unit is on at that level. And then it goes up a little bit more at the medium speed and a little bit more on the higher speed. So anyway, if you can look up these model numbers if you want to on the internet, and you can find. Now, there are many different models here of this Daikin. There's pretty much like 2 or 3 different models. And out of the 3 models, I asked them because one of the other companies recommended the very high-end one. And I said, well, what's the difference between the very high-end one and one that you recommended right here? He said that the capacity is all the same. The exact capacity for cooling. The only difference between the 3 units is the one that's more expensive has more of the fancy features on there, like all these. You could go and look at them at the brochures about them, but most of it is like electronic features for like auto sensing, infrared, and the remote controls and things like that. It's like what we call in the U.S. those are the Cadillac of the air conditionings. Where I'm getting one of the lower models, which is going to be more like the Chevrolet of the aircon units. So anyway, I hope this helps you today, and you see where I am at. And if you're doing comparative shopping, this is what I'm doing here. Now, what I recommend, don't just jump right out and go with these people unless you need something immediately today. Normally, what you would normally do is you wait for the installation to be completed, and you see, and I'm going to document when they come in. I'll be doing just like I'm doing with the roofing people. I'll be doing the same thing, whoever we select for the solar hot water heater people, the Solanda, the Solanda Enterprises folks who are going to do the solar hard installation. I am going to focus on them with when they're up on the roof and stuff like that. I'll put the drone so you can watch them as they're doing this total installation. If you're thinking about getting air conditioners, air cons here in the Philippines, and you're thinking about selecting this company right here, you might just want to wait until the entire installation is complete and see what our experience is like, and then make your judgment, make your decision based upon that. This is good information for you, and I'm going to get back to the build. Well, it is 5:08, which means it's the end of the day. And what we're going to do, we're going to go quick through the things that were had attention done today. And we're in the basement, so we're going to start with the basement. Of course, skim coat. This wall got started today, and this is the wall that's by the where we're going to have the glass and the stairwell is right here. So they got started on this one today. The other room, which is the storage room back here, had the skim coat, and I think this is layer 2 throughout the entire area. But I want you to see something in this room right here. I want you to see. I don't know if you can see. This is like if you have sheetrock. If you have sheetrock in the U.S., how smooth and that's a you don't do anything. You don't sand the plain sheetrock. You just put your base coat, your primer coat, your undercoat for your painting, and then you go and you do your top coats. We're only on number 2 on the skim coat, but it already feels like sheetrock texture right now. So, and I talked with my builder today. My builder was saying, oh, that's using the spatula instead of the sandpaper. They do the sandpaper. What they'll do is the sandpaper. I don't know if they do it on the second, third coat, or just the third coat, but the spatula that they were using today was just to get the rough. It's used to get the rough background coats up. When they put the first one on, sometimes you get some beat ups on there, and that's what they do. So it's going to have a nice smooth. And what they'll use different grades of sandpaper to get it down, and it will be just like you would do with sheetrock in the U.S. So they did that. My builder also worked a little bit on the CR here. Again, it's kind of dark inside the CR right now, but you see how much cleaner everything is inside this room. I don't know if you can see it from this side. I'll have to do it in the daytime, but you see now everything lines up here for the diverter and for the mixer valve. Very, very clean. So that's going to come out very nice. I'm very happy that we ripped everything out of there and started all over again. Also in the basement, we have the arch. This is the arch for the garage, the entranceway. The concrete is just going to fill in this little bit of area on this side, very thin on the top and on that side. And you're probably saying, James, oh, did you make sure that your truck is going to make it through? Well, we did. We went outside and we did all the measurements on the truck, even with the roll bar on the top. And we have clearance. It's we gave an allowance for, I think, about 200 centimeters in height with the roll bar, and the truck is about 200 centimeters wide. Those are conservative numbers. And we came inside and we went to both sides, and we have plenty of room. Well, when I say plenty of room, we have like 10 centimeters. And that's plenty of room when you're driving and you won't hit anything. So we're good inside the basement here. Oh, it's starting to rain outside. So let's get up to the second floor. Well, maybe we'll go to the second floor from the from the stairways in here, so we don't have to walk on the back porch. Well, we were due for rain. We've been lucky. We have not had rain for several days here, and we've gotten a lot of work done because of that. So I don't think they did anything inside the laundry room, but the laundry room pretty much has all of the walls in here except for this area on the column, and they'll be I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know what, I have no idea what this void area is inside of here. They'll probably fill that in with cement mix with mortar. And then on the outside today, remember they were working on the CR here, for the first floor. They got this wall done. They have the base plaster on the back, and then tomorrow they'll probably make that look like this over here, and then get started on this wall over here as well. And they were working upstairs today. When we first came in, they were finishing off the second floor on the back side of the wall up there. I saw them doing that. And they were also working on the lanai here for the, you can see in the lanai they got most of this done here. And they're working on this. And they started with the plaster on this wall over here. So that's probably what those guys will do tomorrow. And then of course on the roof, the roof is all of the truss guys, the roofing guys, and they have several of the corner angle iron. All the angle iron is done for several. We'll walk outside and we'll kind of take a look at it from the outside. So you can see we have the one done on this corner right here, and I believe the two are done on the back corner. The northeast side is done also. I can't see it from over here. Oh, but while we are on the front of the house, I want you to see they worked on the center portion right here outside the laundry room. The plaster coat, the very smooth finish of the plaster coat, they have most of this done right here. So we have this part done. So we're well over 50% of the front, and also including the front of where the master bathroom is up on the second floor, and all the way down to the ground level, to the sub-ground level right there. So I imagine they'll continue on this side tomorrow, I don't know, and work their way around this way over here. Also today there was focus and attention on the lower stairs that go to the back of the garage. They poured the concrete for the base where the drain's going to go. The catch basin is going to go inside here, and they started doing the concrete hollow blocks on this side. They already filled in over here. I have no idea what they're going to do with this area. I don't know if it's going to be, I imagine it's just going to be concrete inside there, because this is going to be closed off, and any water that drips down inside here will end up inside the catch basin, which will go through the drain. And also they finally started working on this side where the drain is going to be as well. This is the drain from the roof. This is actually from the hidden gutter for the downspout that's going to go inside. I don't know how my builder is going to integrate this portion along with the drain that's going to be going all along the bottom here. But you can see they're digging. They are finally starting to trench in here, and that was the trench right there. I said, wouldn't it be easy if you got all that thing done before you started putting all this concrete hollow block here? And it's like, oh well, that's the way I would have done it. So they did that. And, oh yes, you can see the angle iron for the beginning of the truss on the back side of the house. So that's 3 corners of the house that they have in place right now. And I'm excited to see tomorrow. They'll probably, right off the bat, they're going to start welding, cutting, and we'll have more of the roofing material taken care of. Well, anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to close out on today, and I think today is build day 131, which means tomorrow is going to be build day 132. Yes, build day 132 on the construction schedule out here at Villa FELIZ. And tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. It is going to be Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, and tomorrow it's going to be a lot of the roofing a lot more plaster, a lot more skim coat, a lot more working on the stairs in the back. Oh, and I forgot to talk about today. I forgot to talk. They were doing the floating stairs in the front. They were working on the steel reinforcement, and we're getting close. I suspect another couple more days on that before we actually do some concrete pour. I think a couple more days. So if you enjoyed today's video, if you found it informative, if you found it the least bit entertaining, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen, and you will be a subscriber, and you'll be notified the next time I upload the next video. So until tomorrow, which is going to be Wednesday, and it is going to be build day 132. Yes, build day 132 on the construction schedule out here at FELIZ. You have a wonderful day.